Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the cottage and welcome back to another episode of my Celtic Tree Ogham series. Today, we are talking about the second tree in the branch of transformation, and that is Onn Gorse. That's right. And this is the letter O, and this tree is gorse or furze. F-O-U or F-U-R-Z-E. And they're interchangeable. Furze and gorse are the same tree. And this tree is the sign of hope. And I love that. We always need a little sign of hope after winter. And this tree is the sign of the spring equinox. And I love that because it's such a beautiful yellow. Let's go ahead and look at it. Look how beautiful yellow that tree is. The blossoms are so beautiful, but you can see some spikes in between those beautiful flowers. And that is what makes it such a beautiful representation of spring. It's like, I am soft and beautiful, but I will also prick you and make you bleed. It's like a balance act. It's so beautiful, but it's still threatening at the same time. And you can see this in the spirit of nature. It's like, I'm pretty, but look how fierce I am too with the face. Yes, I love it. So we're talking about two crosses here at the top. And here's our gorse wood. There we go. All right. So it is a member of the pea family, and it is a dense and very prickly evergreen shrub that can grow up to 2 meters. So not very tall, but it is very, very thick. And its bright yellow flowers blossom in spring and summer, but it can flower year-round depending on where it lives. If it is a place that is temperate all year round, you could have gorse flowers, of course, all year. The flowers have a very sweet scent and produce copious amounts of pollen and nectar, making it a bee's favorite. I know if I was a bee, I'd head right to it because it's so pretty. Gorse or furze is one of the 8 bramble trees in the Brayan laws, and it's often considered to be amongst the same, almost the same plant as the broom, yet while it is the same family, the differences are significant as it has the sharp thorns. Broom does not have those sharp thorns. And they're similar in their yellow flowers and their freshening, clearing energy. But gorse is also a great provider of fertility. It increases life force, creativity, and vitality. It is sacred to the Irish god Lugh, and we know him. We've seen him several times here. And it is associated with the summer festival of Lunasa, or Lammas, or what we call Pagan Bread Day in our coven. And that is August 1st. And in Brittany, which still has a strong Celtic tradition, especially at Onn Ogham, Lunasa was known as the Festival of the Golden Gorse. Yeah, so it was all about these beautiful flowers. The tradition continues to this day as Lugh is associated with light, inspiration, and skill. His spear of light, one of the hollows, and that's a sacred treasure of Ireland, is said to induce ecstasy. So this ecstatic energy is invoked by the gorse in many different aspects, drawing inspiration as well as passion and lust, a rise in life force spreading across the body. The connection to Lugh also reveals gorse to be a powerful warrior plant, a fierce ally helping with mental agility and the ability to sweep away and destroy redundant or negative thoughts. It is not only muscle that comprises the warrior's strength, but also skill, mental and physical agility, and the courage and energy for sustained periods of action. Yeah, it's kind of resilience, that gorse. So gorse has another side, eroticism and desire. The old saying, when gorse is in bloom, kissing is in season, is a reference to the fact that love is a perennial and permanent aspect of life, just as the gorse can blossom year-round. The sweet smell of gorse, as with hawthorn, has been associated with a scent of female genitalia and arousal. How about that? Its great life force also links it with the fires of passion and sexuality. The queens of fairy are said to hold gorse as especially sacred, and the flowers have been eaten in times past to induce visions of fairy, which are often accompanied with a sense of great and primal eroticism present in the natural world. As gorse blossoms are a favorite of bees, this signifies the erotic and sensual aspects of the wild in which the gorse is linked. Now, traditionally, gorse is burnt at the spring equinox in Celtic lands as an offering to the returning sun to destroy the plant's hard thorns to encourage fresh and softer new shoots. The new growth is used particularly in Scotland as valuable food for livestock. Yeah. Spring equinox is a time when the sun is entering into its most powerful phase. The winter has passed and summer is ahead. Gorse's tendency is also to raise the life force and the passions, and the resurgence of the life force across both the body and the earth itself. So all around, everywhere, it's bringing that life force up. That's what's so beautiful about the gorse and the wonderful power that it has. Now, gorse lends its protective and clearing energies to the house when burnt in the fireplace, encouraging blessings upon the home. Now, these properties are due to its connection with the fairies and the sun. While gorse is said to attract and be sacred to them, it is also used to repel fairies and even wicked witches, whose fondness for the gorse is also well known. We see how the power of the gorse has remained acknowledged and respected over the centuries despite contradictions of cultural and religious opinion. While in some parts of Britain, the gorse is said to be a marker of fairy dwellings and to be a favorite place for their revels at the festival of Beltane, May 1st, bestowing the blessings of the Sidhe. In others, it is associated with many tales of wicked fairies. Yeah, you got to be careful which side that you're on when it comes to the fairies. Now, in 19th century Ainsley, there were several recorded cases of fairy abduction. One woman used bundles of gorse all around her and over her bed to protect herself from being stolen. The woman stated on many occasions that she could have no peace unless the gorse was upon her somewhere. She had to be near the gorse. It had to be on her body. Isn't that interesting? Now, the gorse's life force boosting ability and its association with fire and solar energies are not only physical matters. Using it can also lead to a surge in intuition and imagination, increasing the flow of Awen, divine inspiration, as we know, poetically referred to by W.B. Yeats as the fire in the head in his poem, The Song of Wandering Angus. This is a state of heightened visionary knowledge as well as spiritual and intellectual expansion. It is the radiant brow of initiated and illuminating mystics like Merlin, Gwydion, and the bard Taliesin, whose name itself means radiant brow, a description of his visionary expertise. Isn't that awesome that they can inspire that a plant can inspire so many famous poets. Isn't that amazing? Now, with its yellow flowers, gorse is associated with the element of air, the direction of the east, and magically with intellect. The fire in the head here meaning great bursts of mental agility and intellectual fertility. Such bursts of genius can lead to clever solutions and achievements, as well as the ability to empower thought forms and visualizations. It is this deep place where the source of visionary and bardic inspiration can be accessed. The gifts of prophecy and ancient knowledge can be absorbed and understood. Now, gorse's thorns and tangled branches provide protection from the elements and make a suitable habitat for many insects, small creatures, as well as nesting birds. Their new shoots and copious amounts of nectar provide an abundance of food. This, in turn, provides a good example to humans and teaches that abundance is ever present in the natural world. We are counseled to wisely gather resources and give generously, reminded of the need to seek regular nourishment for our minds, spirits, and bodies. The result of all that vitality is to serve and embrace life in all its forms. What a great lesson. Now here's the overall lesson of the gorse. The flowering of the gorse provides a splash of color and inspiration even on the darkest days, reminding us to remain positive and focused whatever life throws at us. Gorse brings hope to the disillusioned and brighten those who are despondent. Gorse thickets are spiny and may seem impenetrable, but find a way to deal with them, and they can provide food and shelter for the mind and body and fragrance to soothe the senses. The gorse carries the sun through every season, and it teaches the importance of constancy, hope, and faith in times of disappointment. We need to take stock and restore faith in ourselves and in our dreams from time to time. Gorse promises that effort will be rewarded when we honor our achievements. For the Celts, gorse was symbolic of optimism and good faith. So we got to have faith in ourselves that we can achieve. Because if we get disillusioned that the spring is never going to get here, then we're stuck in winter. We're stuck in that depression. Spring gives us hope that we can and we will, and we need that sustainability, right? All right, so practical and magical uses. Gorse is an excellent kindling fuel that makes hot, brief fires that are good for baking. They're also used to make hedges and boundaries, as its sharp thorns prevent animals and people passing easily. So it can clear and maintain energetic boundaries around the home or metaphorically in your life and personal relationships. As above, so below. Gorse is an excellent flower and wood for love spells and amulets to attract good luck, igniting passions and enthusiasm for life with its solar and martial energy. Gorse also has an excellent effect on the solar plexus. Wearing it is good to draw it and develop your personal power, or for after shamanic power retrieval ceremonies. So this is a wonderful personal power amulet. Just wearing the sigil itself is a wonderful way to retrieve your power and take your power back. Scattered around the home, it attracts good luck and prosperity. The golden flowers are also great substitutes for golden coins in prosperity spells. And they can be carried in a gold cloth in your wallet or purse to attract more gold and to see that your resources are never depleted. Again, you could just carry the sigil around on a piece of paper, or you can write it on a gold piece of paper or a gold piece of construction paper, cut it out, put that in your wallet, carry it with you. Remember, the sigil has power, just like the wood or the flowers. Gorse is also helpful burnt as an incense or thrown upon the fire when feeling stuck or stagnant in any way. Blessed spring water can also be sprinkled around the home using a sprig of gorse to bring fresh energy, prosperity, and good luck. Now, spell work. For protection spells, carve Gorse's Ogham character or sigil on a yellow candle and place a circle of spines or thorns around the base of it. To protect a home, bury a sprig of gorse in front of it and visualize a shield of protective energy rising and surrounding the home. Same thing if you wanted to bury the sigil, of course. To remove hexes or for defense against dark magic, place gorse spines at each corner of your altar during a banishing spell. Of course, you can also put the sigil on each corner. Anything that I mention that you can do for gorse flowers or gorse wood or gorse spines, you can also use the sigil for. So if you come at in the comments, can I also just use the sigil? Always yes. So use the flowers and love sachets or scatter a few in your bathwater to increase personal power from magic. Burn a few leaves and or spines for help in getting out of a rut. Place a sprig or two in any area of your home where energy has stagnated to get it moving again. Before Yule, use gorse branches to symbolically sweep your altar and ritual area to clear the energy for the sun's return. Do this also at Ostara to welcome spring and sweep away the staleness of winter. All right, here are your linked concepts. These are any type of spells that you can use the flowers, the wood, the spines, or the sigil for. Here we go. Abundance, defense, determination, endurance, fertility, removing and warding off hexes, passion, love, hope, prosperity, removing negativity, protection, purification, renewal, the mastering of skill, inspiration, and creativity. That's a lot of things that you can use gorse for. All right, here are your correspondences. The elements, fire. The zodiac is Aries. The deities, Anya, Arnrod, Bel or Belenos, the Dagda, Freyr, Lu, Jupiter, Thor, and any maiden goddesses that you call at spring equinox. Your color, yellow and gold. Your totems, the rabbit. Very fertile, that rabbit. Calendar, spring equinox. And your related species, the Fabacia, which is the furze or the broom. So there are your correspondences. Now on to healing properties. Medicinally, gorse was thought to be useful for dissolving kidney stones and clearing jaundice, and the young shoots were made into tea. It is also taken to ease depression and feelings of being lost or stagnant. However, Culpeper warns that while it may take away melancholy, this is very important, gorse may send up strong fancies and as many strange visions to the head. Therefore, it is to be taken with great moderation. Too much, it's not good. The warning most likely comes from the gorse's subtle visionary qualities, working as unintended side effects. While its fiery, enthusiastic energy may help with depression or melancholia and set you back upon your true life path in life, it should not be taken if you are undergoing any significant mental or emotional instability or repression. Guidance is a must. Okay? Take that under advisement, please. As a vibrational flower essence, Gorse is excellent for increasing mental and emotional energy, as well as restoring hope, one of its most notable qualities. It achieves this by refreshing the person's point of view, empowering positive thinking and resourcefulness, and clearing negativity. However, Gorse's vibrational essence doesn't contain any of the herbal matter and the accompanying side effects, obviously. That's why it's a vibrational essence. It is a much safer alternative for those with delicate psyches, which will be built up and made stronger gradually and steadily by its support. So, there you go. There you go. It's always the safest option to use the vibrational essence. Always and forever. Always safer. All right. In a reading, if you get the Gorse upright, passion, sexuality, relationships, partnerships, and mental agility. If Gorse comes up reversed with the roots upright, it is in the reversed, and it is the lack of passion in a relationship, career, or project. You're just not excited about it. Doesn't do anything for you. It's just kind of meh. No excitement there, right? Okay. So that is Onn Gorse, the second tree in the branch of transformation. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. The next one we will talk about is heather, and such a beautiful, beautiful tree. I can't wait to see all the pictures I'm going to find of beautiful heather. Oh, I love heath and heather. So we'll be waiting on that. So please give this video a like, subscribe so you can see more, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. So we'll be having fun with that. Please visit my website at theveiledcottagewitch.com so you can book a class, book a reading, book a service, book a workshop, and so you can find out what events I'm going to be at on every weekend. You can also shop my holistic healing and my ritual and spell age. Just remember at checkout to punch in the code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That is my gift from me to you, just for making it to the end of this video. And yeah, big discount there, so don't miss out on that. If you'd like to financially support this channel and give me a little tip, a little financial reward for putting all this together, that would be so awesome. There's 3 ways to do that down in the comments. But even though it's appreciated, it is not necessary. Just live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.